It is good, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about MULN. Today was, to say the very least, it was very interesting to see what happened today with the CPI read. But there are some signals that I wish to go over with you guys. And actually, before I start, if you notice that the voice is clear, that's because I am in the home studio right now with a pretty good sound setup and a faster computer, which is why you don't see any glitching on my mouse here either. Pretty cool stuff, right? Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started here, you guys. Let's dive right in. Okay, so this is the 12-hour chart that we're looking at on MULN. And we're looking at volatility here, which is represented by this indicator, BBWP. And the indicator right below, this is our momentum oscillator. So the reason why I have this pulled up first is because we were expecting to have a liftoff from this oversold level of the stochastics momentum to rise along with our volatility from these extreme lows. So typically when we see these negative reads here, or not negative, just below 15 percentile or 10 percentile reads, the likelihood of volatility coming into either side is pretty great. So we're gonna have to actually recalculate how many times or iterations we've retraced from the higher percentile, or this expansion phase actually can go all the way up to 100%, and the contraction phase can go all the way down to 0. So now we're actually starting to see that the momentum oscillator is pitching to the upside here. And the BBWP volatility is starting to retrace here. So the likelihood of us seeing an upside movement from some pretty critical highs of volatility are, they're imminent, or they're coming in. So the results that you see here are based off of a fully contracted level. So the reason why I say that we're going to have to recalculate is that we're going to have to take the reads now from a fully expanded level, or the 90 percentile. So even here, we're still at 89.4. It's close enough to the 90, which is already critically high. Yeah, anyway, you guys, we're going to go ahead and touch on this. The back testing for this is going to take a little bit of time, but it's okay. We're going to look at raw price action and some indicators to see what we can gain for tomorrow's session. So let's move on. Let's look at the notes right here. So, okay, let's change the chart. We were calling yesterday this triangle. Unfortunately, we failed it, and the SMA 10 helped, pressure us down. This served as resistance all the way down. What's good is that we have broken out of the SMA 10 resistance and have now converted it into support. We are sitting at let's see, it looks like it closed at 24 cents, specifically 24.50. And this is good because we can actually now use the SMA 10 as a form of support, so that we can continue to the upside. We were talking about formations yesterday. So this is a 1 hour time frame. There are a few things that we can actually look at here. If we can make an adjustment to, for example, this here. Let's just go ahead and lock it into that last candle there. We can see that the touches are pretty consistent, and also we can do it from here. So if we, let's see, actually, man, the last thing we want to do is to force a formation here. Because if we're looking at a larger triangle like this, we don't have any areas where we touch the support, so we actually can't really do that. But I do see an ascending triangle here. this. Let's see. Okay. If we try to force this thing too much, then we're just not going to be able to do it. This could have been some type of triangle setup, and an ascending triangle, like not a rising wedge. An ascending triangle would make more sense in this situation because there are bullish signals here. So if we were doing an ascending triangle, then this would essentially be prepping for a breakout here. But those are just formation potentials. Just looking at raw price action in order for us to get an idea as to where we can go just by observing the chart, which you can consider to be my discretionary side of things. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and continue here. Let's look at the notes. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a Fibonacci retracement from our range high to our range low and catch to see if there's any confluent targets. So okay. All right, so the 0.786 at 24 cents is landing right where our SMA 10 is. So this is another form of support. We can see possibly a tiny pullback early session before some upside, and it looks like this is our. Let me see what. This is the 50-day moving average. This is our SMA 50, and it's landing pretty much right at the 2 fib, and that is at 26 cents, 26.48 to be exact. Typically, on bullish, on bullish price action, we tend to rise up to the 1.618, which is the golden ratio or the golden pocket, and that's sitting at 25 cents, 25.73. It's very likely that we can go up to that level, or I'm sorry, it's very likely that we can go up to the 2 fib, reject, and use the 1.618 as a form of support before we continue to the upside. This is a bullish case, of course. The reason why I haven't been giving you guys down targets is because they would just be speculated, or they would be pretty much just thrown out into the air. The MULN is in price discovery to the downside. It's been consistently hitting 52-week lows day after day, or actually week after week. So we have to keep an eye on things like that. And like I said on one of my threads, that kind of takes the edge off of analysts and traders like me. So you have to, use some discretion here and make sure that you are using proper risk management when trading assets like this. And please do keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. Anything that I do or say is not considered to be any reason to buy or sell any asset here. So please do your own DD. But we are, we can always talk and we can always exchange ideas. But this is essentially made for entertainment purposes only. Anyway, so let's go ahead and see if we can validate our upside thesis. Like I said, we broke above the SMA 10. We can potentially come back and use the 786, the O-spot 786 at 24 cents as support before we can bounce to the upside to potentially the 2 fib at 26 cents before finding rejection and using the 1.618 as a form of support. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our RSI indicator in several time frames. So if you are new to the channel, please remember to subscribe, give the video a like, make sure to share it with your friends. This can be informative and good information for people who do want to learn more about the trade. So in the immediate short time frame, sorry, I can't speak right now. We do see bullish action happening. We are pivoted straight to the upside. We are about to enter the bullish control zone. I've explained this a couple of times to different people, but I can just go ahead and briefly do it with you guys right here. So uh, this particular space between the 0 mark and the 60 mark here is what we can consider the uh, bullish weakness percentile. So this is bull weakness right here. And inversely, the underside of this can be considered bear weakness percentile. So this area right here is kind of a nomad's land. Is trying to give you an understanding of direction or bias. So what we do have to keep in mind is when we do reach these areas right here. So this from 60 to 70% RSI is what I can consider bull strength percentile, and similarly down 40 to about 30 is 40 to about 30% can be considered the bear strength percentile. So we're likely to sell off a little deeper when we're in this zone, and we're likely to continue rising when we're in this zone. It doesn't work like that just all the time, but it's just it's a metric for us to be able to just kind of keep in mind visually. I can actually make this this ARC RSI available to whoever is interested in joining the Crypstex ARC-Series indicators that I actually just released with the partnership with Crypstex. You can DM me for more information on that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, now that we can understand the percentile direction here within the RSI, we can move on. So 30-minute is facing straight up. It looks like it's about to reach and enter bull weakness right here. And let's look at the 15-minute just to see what kind of a bias we can get there as well. We're already in bull weakness, and it looks like it's trying to reach our bull strength percentile. The moving average is below the RSI signal line, which is bullish. All right, so that kind of indicates immediate action to the upside. 5-minute time frame is within bull strength, so yeah, we're looking at upside almost immediately. Let's see the bi-hourly. The bi-hourly is actually within bear strength percentile, so we have to kind of watch this. The good thing is that it's very close to bear weakness right here, so chances are that the smaller time frames are going to be affecting our bi-hourly. Let's look at the hourly. It's probably right around there as well. Okay, yeah. So the hourly RSI has reached bear weakness. So yeah, early session bullish action for sure. Let's move on right here. Let's look at this. This is the 6-hour RSI, and we have made a bullish cross. Now the 14-day moving average within the RSI is now below the RSI signal line, and we are now coming in from oversold percentile, particularly from 24.37%. We are now inside of bear strength with a bullish cross. So the smaller time frames are going to have to. It's going to be like a domino effect. Like this the 5 affects the 15, the 15 to the 30, 30 to the 1 hour, etc. Okay, so let's just look at the 4-hour just out of curiosity. The 4-hour has also made a bullish cross and is inside of bear strength now from oversold percentile. Let's go to a larger time frame. This is the 12-hour time frame. Yeah, actually, we may be, unless there's a catalyst or again the index sells off, we're looking at potentially an entire green day for MULN stock tomorrow. The 12 hours pivoted towards the upside. Moving average is still coming down, but that signifies that there's a potential bullish cross in the horizon here. If we look at the daily, it's still suggesting some downside. Let's go to the due day. Let's go to the buy daily and see that it's okay. This is also suggesting downside. It's pivoted towards the downside with the moving average as well. That's not too good. 3-day and 5-day are also towards the downside. Now, please know that the daily and buy dailies are within oversold percentile, and you can see here that we're we're at the 22%. So we can actually draw a horizontal line there and zoom out just to see how many times since 2013 we've reversed from there. So looks like we have one right here, another here, right there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and our current iteration right now. So there is still space to fall deeper. However, I don't see this happening immediately. So there's a probability to where we're going to be facing maybe the majority of a green day tomorrow, and possibly towards the end of the day or after mid-session we could start to see some type of bearish action. But yeah, that's a good thing. And anyway, so let's go on to the last part of this video, and that would be using the Crypstex the ARC-Series indicators to validate our upside. So this is the ARC enhanced MACD. In the 1 hour time frame, we are getting a bullish signal right here. So the enhanced MACD has bear and bull trend indicators. So it is able to tell you when the likelihood of us going down or up is. So another thing that we can see here is that this red trend line that I put right here previously to making this video is indicating bullish divergence. If you can see, the yellow trend line is going down. Now we have the red trend line going up. This is potentially the third drive of bullish divergence. There's always the possibility of just coming back down, correcting the bull signal, and continuing to the upside. But it looks like the ascension has been kind of supported by this trend here. And ARMOR, which is this indicator, which consists of several exponential moving averages that are very close to each other to give us a bias in direction. This helps many traders, especially in the scalping style or momentum style, to gain a sense of direction while doing fast motion trades. So, and it also has buy and sell signals. All these indicators, like I said, can be available to you, plus the ARC, RSI, and many more. Just DM me for some information on that stuff. So the 1 hour ARMOR indicator is giving us a short signal, and it has not created a long signal just yet. The enhanced MACD has. Now the bottom one, this is the ARC whale spotter. We are starting to see several drives of bullish divergence. This indicator actually gives you, it has a money flow index, which is very important. It has sell signals. It has buy signals. It has an RSI built into it. The purple line, I think it was actually this red line. This is VWAP. It has a lot of cool stuff. Very, very, very intricate indicator here. So it has given us a bullish divergence. If you can see this wick here to this wick, this is making a lower low followed by another lower low, and we are actually seeing a lower low followed by a higher low. So this divergence hasn't played out just yet, or arguably could have, but we're seeing a larger time frame bullish divergence as well. So some upside is certainly due for MULN stock, and it looks like it's loading for something too. Also, there is I think Lachlan Buford on Twitter. He just posted something about the acquisition for MULN. So it's the ELMS acquisition has been approved, and they're still processing the order. So follow Lachlan Buford on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and put his Twitter handle down below. That's at Lachlan B. LAUCHLIN, B as in boy. So okay, so yeah, guys, I'm starting to look at some bullish action coming in tomorrow early for MULN stock. Uh, since the signals are very confusing, I'm not gonna suggest entry because I would like for this. I would like to rate the trade more like a at least a C plus for me to be able to enter. And I'm looking at this more like a C or a C minus. The probabilities of making money are very little in my opinion. And also, I have to remind you that I would like to gather more data regarding this here. The volatility is starting to contract again, and we are seeing the stochastics momentum again in a 12 hours. So this is likely to take some time to play out. The 12-hour stochastics momentum, or a momentum oscillator, is now starting to pivot towards the upside. So this is indicating some type of something coming in, and it's possible that the catalyst could be the reason why it's loading up right now. But I mean, nonetheless, non-financial advice. This is at 24 cents. This is ridiculously cheap. So, and if this thing rallies, short sellers could be in for a nice little surprise. But if you haven't done so, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make sure to share it with your friends, and follow me on Twitter. That's the at ARCa Bulls, ARCA BULLS. I'm available on Discord as well. And if anything, DM me, guys. I'm here to answer any questions, if any. Anyway, have a good night, and let's make some money tomorrow. Adios.